Hi, Dr. Dixon. I'm Brittany Red. Oh, there's my finger. Hi. I just wanted to introduce myself before I got into talking about our cultural differences paper that we had and the two topics that I picked. The first topic that I picked was, should sexual education be taught in elementary, middle schools? My answer is absolutely yes. And my other topic that of choice was, should race be considered or a factor in the adoption process? I think no, it should not. I am so big on families. That's just what I'm all about to the core. Um, it's very important to me. I feel like, especially in both of these cases, that a child should be loved. People should know what love is, and love is unconditional in my eyes. When it comes to children be taught children being taught sexual education in school, it is absolutely yes for me, simply because it is so many kids out there that are being molested and have sexual activities happening to them. They feel uncomfortable and they don't know what is right or wrong because it's not being taught to them. They don't have an open line of communication, either between their parents because they want to shelter them, or between their teachers or any adult that's in their life. I believe that kids need to know the difference between what is appropriate and what is inappropriate, as well as their body. They need to be aware of feelings and things. I did some research about the topic, and in the Netherlands, it's a law. It has to be taught in schools. Kids have to be aware of their own sexualities, what's appropriate and inappropriate, the changes of the body. All of that is important to them in their culture in the Netherlands. I think it should be more incorporated in the United States, but we choose to shelter our children more and limit what they know. No, I'm not saying go out there, tell them what sexual intercourse is, show them how to insert penis into a vagina. No, not saying any of that. When they get to those stage, you gradually bring those in conversations when it is age appropriate. But as far as me personally, I've been teaching my child about inappropriate and inappropriate touching between children and adults and children and other children since she was 4 years old. I did not place my child into daycare until she was able to talk, for this simple fact. I wanted her to be able to tell me if something was going wrong. We made her aware of people that it was okay to have in the bathroom with her, see her naked, help her with baths and things like that, and people that it was inappropriate for them to engage in those activities with her. We always made it open. She's always been able to talk to us about these things, simply because we did start teaching her about this at 4 years old. And I think, yes, it should be taught in schools because it is very important for children to know and have an open line of communication with any adult that they trust, to be able to talk to them about things that they feel uncomfortable about or unsure about. The second topic, should race be considered in adoption? I think absolutely not. I think love is love. Call me a hippie child. I don't know. Greatest parents in the world. I was raised by my biological black parents, but I was brought up in a white community. I grew up in a very poor rural area. When I turned 5, my parents both had a good job. We moved into a predominantly white neighborhood. We were the only black family in this neighborhood for 14 years. The only black family. When we moved in this neighborhood, it was 5 other homes being occupied in our home. So out of 6 families in this new neighborhood, we were the only black. It was very few blacks in my school that I went to. When we first moved there, yes, I was nervous. It was a culture shock for me. I'm like, what's going on? Food's different. People are different. They don't engage in the same activities as we did. But it is what it is. I loved it. I grew up fine. It did not affect me in no way, form, or fashion. So, yeah, I don't think it should be a factor into that. When it comes to communication in any way, the parents communicating with the children communicating with the parents, it should always be a long, open line of communications. The parents should listen to the children should listen to the parents. And here I'm going to leave you with this quote by Roy T. Bennett. Listen with curiosity, Speak with honesty, act with integrity. The greatest problem with communication is if we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply. When we listen with curiosity, we don't listen with the intent to reply. We listen with what's behind the words. So key point, always listen. It is very important between any line of communication, any situation. If the communication line is clear, everything will be clear.